The entire gospel, the good news, centers around and is embedded and encapsulated in Jesus, in who he is, pre-incarnation, during the incarnation, through his death and resurrection after incarnation. It's all about Jesus. Jesus is the truth. He is the life. He is the way. He is the expression of the Father to you. He is the expression of God's love for you, your importance to him, how much you are worth to him. It's such a beautiful picture. When I started this channel, the first place that we went to is in Colossians 1, where it talks about you are worthy of the Lord. He talks about living worthy of the Lord, but it's in the context of knowing how God sees you and thinks of you. I want to go back to Colossians chapter 1. We're going to start in verse 15. And this is all in the context of, it's all about Jesus. Jesus is the focal point. He is everything. It is about him. Jesus is not plan B. He was the plan from the beginning. God created in his fullness and in his relationship within himself. He created you. He conceived of you long before he made anything else, because all of creation is formed to bring you to the fullness of what you are meant to be, what he created you for. And he invited you into the relationship that he is, because love does not exist apart from relationship. God as love speaks to the nature of relationship. This is all relational. Everything is about how he relates, how we relate to him, and he has invited us into the perfect union that love is. And to get this and to see this and the beauty of what this means, Jesus was not a plan B because Adam and Eve sinned. No. Jesus was anticipated before creation. It says that he was the lamb slain before the foundation of the world, and that you were created in him and that you died in him, meaning that even his death, burial, resurrection was in some mystical sort of way completed before he ever came to the earth. But his incarnation was so important, so important. But I'll read here, verse 15, Colossians 1. It says, he, speaking of Jesus, is the image of the invisible God. The image, the revelation of the God who no one at any point has ever seen, John 1:18. A lot of people, religious people, and the Jews at the time of Jesus' incarnation were very religious. Religion thinks they know God and that they can represent him and manifest him and present him to us, reveal him to us. And yet Jesus says, no, you've missed it because you don't know God, because you don't know me. And when the disciples said, show us the Father, he said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. He, as Colossians 1:15 said, is the image of the invisible God. He is the very revelation and manifestation. If you see the Father different than Jesus, you're not seeing him. He's not who you think he is. Everything is seen of God is seen through Jesus in the revelation. Jesus came as a man, fully man, not as God, and lived as a man, did everything he did as a man on earth in his incarnation, to show you and to show me the fullness of what we're intended for. If he did it as God, we would never be able to do this. We would never be able to follow him and to do the things that he did. He did it as the representation, the manifestation, the revelation, the image of the invisible God in union, love. And the fullness of that union is how he as a man did the miracles and all the things that he did. And so Colossians 1:15, he, Jesus, is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. The firstborn, the one who is predestined, the one in whom you have your life, you have redemption and salvation, the one in whom you were created from the beginning, the one that Jesus said, in that day you will know that I am in my Father, and my Father and my Father's in me, and I am in you. He speaks of the union. He speaks of this oneness. He is the revelation of God as love in relationship with us, with you, with me, with himself. Father, Son, Spirit. It's such a beautiful thing, and it's so powerful, and it's so big. He is the image of the invisible God. You want to see God, you see Jesus.